All right, we're going to keep it going for the man himself, all right? Everyone's here to see this guy, all right? This guy's like the godfather. Are you ready for this? Give it up, guys. Let's bring it up for Don Alberto, everybody. Yes! Yes! Look at that fucking suit.
I know what you're thinking. Personal trainer. I'm a fat Italian, what am I going to do? There are two types of Italian men. There's the Pier Francesco Favino, Raul Bova, Joe Manganiello types. Square jaws, 6'3", ripped, 12 packs. They look like they've descended from the Roman gods themselves. They look like they've been cut out of marble by the hands of Michelangelo himself. Then you get the Danny DeVito, Joe Pesci types, where it looks like Michelangelo just left the boulder and racked off down the TAB for the day. Let's just say I didn't win that lottery. Yeah, it's hard being a fat Italian. I wasn't always like this. I used to date twins, for Christ's sake. Twins. My best mate used to ask me, well, how do you tell them apart? And April, she had like a broken tooth from a horse riding accident when she was about 17 that she never filled in. And Jason, well, he had a penis, so... No, that's not true. Shout out to Katie and Emma if you're in the audience. Yeah, actually, we've been talking for a little while. If I'm going to be serious for a moment, we haven't done Welcome to Country. So if we just take a moment and acknowledge the proud and ancient people whose land we're set upon tonight. So if I can recognise Xi Jinping and the People's Republic of China for allowing us in their country and on their property tonight. It's wonderful. Yeah, there's a lot of sort of volatility in the Asia Pacific at the moment. Anthony Albanese recently just bought a fleet of nuclear submarines. Have you heard this? You know about this? Top of the list were these alligator submarines. Top shelf. But he couldn't afford them on cost. And then the next ones he looked at were the shark submarines. Didn't buy those either, same reason, outside of the budget. You know what he bought? Mitsubishi. True story, Mitsubishi submarines. So if there's any sort of conflict, we're in trouble. But the school pickup's covered, so that's a plus, you know. But yeah, a lot of people are cranky with the Chinese, and I know it's not a very popular thing for me to say, but so am I. It's this frustration with this virus that's going all over the world. It's in every corner of the globe. It's affecting people of all ages, and it won't go away. It won't stop. You know the one I'm talking about, TikTok. If I have to see another white girl dance, make it stop! Make it stop! There's a reason white people always stay on the outside of the dance floor. You ever notice when it comes to cooking or dancing, white people only get involved if there's a recipe or a prescription. With dancing, there has to be assigned dance moves. You ever notice? Line dancing, Irish dancing, the 2 a.m. retro mecha mix with the Macarena, the time warp. And even then, they're lost with the nut bush. They don't know what's going on. Just leave the dancing to the ethnic people. That's why we're here. We'll take care of the dancing. Yeah, someone yelled out COVID, I think. Yeah, that was a trip. I don't know who remembers, but 2019, if you went to a service station or a convenience store, there'd be signs posted all over the shop with a helmet and a big cross over it, like that. And if you tried to set foot inside one of those convenience stores or service stations with a helmet or a face mask or a covering of any kind, the attendant would lock the doors, sound the alarm, call the police, notify the owner, and you'd be in big trouble. Fast forward 12 months, 2020, and there were new signs that went up. Picture of a guy's face like this, and a big cross over it. And if you tried to set foot inside that service station without a helmet, or without a face mask, or without a face covering of any description, the attendant would lock the doors, sound the alarm, call the police. Ma che cazzo state facendo? I don't understand. But it's hard being a fat Italian, and I'll tell you why. The main reason is because Italians will tell you so. You know, I asked a mate of mine to go out for tea one night. He always wants Italian, funnily enough, and I said, well, why don't we go out for some good old-fashioned Aussie tucker? So we're sitting at the Chinese restaurant. And he's like, man, you look good. I haven't seen you for months. You look great. And I'm like, you know, I put on 6 or 7 kilos, you know. And he's like, no, you look good, man. You look good. You run into an Italian you haven't seen for a few months. There's not even a hello. They skip right over it. It'll be like, excuse me, you look very fat. Hey, Maria, come and have a look at this fat piece of rubbish. Disgraziato. What's your shirt size? Medium to small SUV? And that's just my parents. But I'll leave you with this, but not 2 weeks ago, true story, in this very venue, had this random guy come up to me. I've never seen him before. He came up and he went, big unit. Which I wouldn't have minded so much, but I was standing at the urinals at the time. So. I've been Don Alberto. Thanks very much for coming out.
Don Alberto, everybody, let him hear it. So good. All right, guys, that's all the spaghettis. How do you guys feel about the spaghettis? Yeah, me too. All right, guys, we're going to bring up